Mame fa konya we so na menchia watiefo nyina.
Omojoso.
120 days.
Yeah.
Eye Omampeni John Dramani Mahama. Adio ka say within 120 days obey.
Yeah.
And you will be a honso a wanka batwaye.
Yeah.
Enti menim say yemfam free the oka so obey.
You vutu ni nyina fa.
Okay. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama kachire Ghana for say within 120 days. Ono Omampeni John Dramani Mahama no beye niema ABCD. Enti asemo di kan na say within the first 120 days you know. Obebo modern say obe apow ne ministers.
Cabinet ministers.
Cabinet ministers also within 14 days. And Boache, Obi Beka say, we nsu ye den. Me share effects of promise, no. We nsu ye den. O appointed ministers 14 days and also me Ghana ni efa me ho ben. Yes, efa ho. Ibin sida e wo Ghana bakosemu. Now Omampeni John Dramani Mahama me ehunu say within 14 days, no, you can appoint cabinet ministers. Na cabinet ministers dey no moye. Si e ka cabinet ministers a o mine constitution no e kire yen who constitute the cabinet and what cabinet eye. Cabinet no any map a direction of government. So person ya dey any cabinet approve a enu timi ye illegal. Enti so onya Omampani na se on form in the cabinet a ye betimi appoint you as minister ba obetimi akotena wa wontimi nyahwe. Inti se wahwa abibia se yeto abawie a afina edi kan no aya na bosome na me fare se ka this 120 days o kambo mu aye 4 months 4 months yeah 4 months no enka o kambo mu a ka obehu se aban ntimi nya bibia na ye blame the previous government
yeah
inti ka by now kasidi kosoro kasidi na ekosoro ye beka so aban dada no eniema omo hyehye to ho eno ne da so ewo effect because yabo minister di imponi minister na akọ ministry ho a or the proposal me person ye ABCD a age cabinet gitum cabinet nso ne constitute what did the mention say enti eno a Omampani timi ye ne ntentem no eno ne amya the good governance effect na ye nya ne sabre enti obi a wanyi anani afiri ewo oman ni mu no ebehu no say ade a esi wo oman mu no ebi nsi da yato abawie within 4 months
yes
na dollar hwemirika edi eteba form because aban no cabinet no aye machine na ye di si kwan ne so edi akono aye adwuma enti se oye Ghana ni na se memfa ne se o kwakoto fuel oye taxi driver na o koto fuel na ne fuel ne so ate aba form a enya se wo hwa na no ate ba form you obi ne da so dae say o constitute cabinet intem so that the finance ministry anamontu opesu otu no obetimi atu na emra nso abake no na watimi di atu saa anamon into 120 days no within 14 days obe appointed the cabinet no
yeah
I don't know now oka cabinet no ebinom say or say within 120 days obe appointed all the ministers into people are rushing saying so Omampani ministers for na aka no onfa meka yes I need say we breach no he was emphatic
yeah
say cabinet ministers
yeah
and cabinet nso wa constitute
owie
omo aka no deputy ministers
yeah.
Deputy ministers are not part of cabinet
yeah and administration is abano 23
abano said your kind abano
what is so from 30
yes
asamba 23
enti 4 now on appointed ye no has no bearing on the 120 days now yeah can was
okay.
And he also did mention of the linear government and nobody can say even in under Rawlings nobody can say yanya aban bi a waba o my Ghana mu a or they under the Fourth Republic or they ministers ketwe bi te so Omampani John Dramani Mahama ministers ebu man ebin sida Enti now wamaya hunu say even though ministers niswa but ohwe adwuma ministers na ye na ase oka Mahama ministers Akufo-Addo ministers be 90 bomu ane Mahama de baakoti and America say enti kire o say nipa na ode omo atoto adwuma na no adwen da omu tirim no se uyi sa adwen na so de kwakoto MPP ministers tirimu a etire no be pai no enkum e be pai because no how can you me father say and sanitation special initiative how I could say program no
yeah
what they share Mahama bamoyi why pa no force ni nyansa de to how I could say etirimu ebe under Mahama share oforiata
obotu asebna kai
oforiata why no oforiata ese no Mahama mamumu o de hwe ato forcing posture as finance minister. Now they compare oforiata enye yi obi asabi oti kwasu na obeye so adwen so compare enye yi o de compare enye yi minister ben e na obetimi afa no so they compare Mahama ministers obi a obetimi afa dia compare kodwo opon kroma information but ono ho no utimi hu say na Akufo-Addo kura ni nso na adwuma o ye ntu asesa na free information enti the accuracy of information ministry first kwachi ofosu edema government communication na ya wodema o share the accuracy untimi compare enti eno enten koda I was talking about this maybe no na metie mo number 6 Omampeni John Dramani Mahama no it was the ahina no say obeyi taxes be free honor.
Yeah, that's a checking 9 me heard.
9 I think so or say national
no fama me let me mama hear mama
enti ebe pese me tackle fifth yes yeah
fifth yeah
thank you or say within my first 90 days in office scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business. You see oka e-levy ye said ya wodi kan and oka COVID levy that ye wa hanie COVID levy no ye betra ban mu no and ye hu say IMF agreement na MPP ni IMF koye no sa agreement nim no omo ye na say for IMF to know say sikana ye person wo government oboaboa no enya no de ultimately efiri amana wo watu hu akɔhyebu no sa amana no obefiri mu abasoro no kire ye kwan obefa so obenya sika ye ABCD
okay
omo pesika no omo de COVID levy no akwaje besia COVID levy ye de akwaje besia enti se Omampeni John Dramani Mahama kase oyi COVID levy everywhere said omo de get fund ekosi yes omo dia red capping ne say ye man ntra a specific threshold
neba the normal ye ni get fund no ye fan say 100 Ghana cedis and abosun be say the tumu omo de 70 now omo de 30 na omo create some special purpose vehicle and omo de sa 30 ne kwakotum sa 30 ne de no and omo de kwaje 1.5 billion no
and no me enti said omo ye no
yeah
omo de way no akosi omo eti ewo yi ne de
finance we say no
menye finance me kasa kire me ma me nom ne me nua no mo a wo kronketu amu no wo ka wo wa na omo te ase awo wasie no ene se fasika we ma menya de we nafa sa na sika ba we mu a media maw it is a person yi COVID na levy free ho a age u replace no with another a year betimi atua sa ka eno ne ye de koye IMF deal no so IMF was not in agreement for us to take that e-levy. And to say also kofa adia aba ntina honorable atofo sen ka say it will be featured in our media budget. Because that time we can sit down and phantom and find out which levy to replace it, so that Enkon could create that vacuum no ewo ho. Enti echira say senka ye che kraka wan hwaka 10% levy on the betting winnings no kraka no kro mo be sound akwajiska. On say akufo ado aban no bo na bra bo say word no minim, so another word I know they borrow me by there ye kan wo ya bra bo mu no aye dada fie mu ye ka so obi ye kwasampani a on say kwasampani ye obi a o mani sika o te o shedi dwa kra so jiska we kodi dwa o mai so no obetimi diska ni nyina ne eno ye so ye kwasampani so on the meche sa kwasampa bra no eno no kokefo no omo anum cocaine no ana wa ye drug addict no womo ye kan obi obo kwasampa ebra pa womo abra bo no sa ne te enti ade bia o ne nsa be so mu na ye de odi na de odwe ho se ochena ebeye den ne de omfa ho ne nsa so mu ene ya esa enti sa abrabo no e na womo ebeboye enti senka party ne tena ase biembesi na enka kire o se enka Ghana for one hwa ye pa ho ayi hunu yase now yemfa eno to woni yemra 24-hour economy I say he will commence obe hyase into them no can say passport office ashase and our drivers and vehicle license authority DVLA almost ashase and until na ama DVLA for timi catch Ghana for say who are apply for drivers license be no quite say license na ready no aban papa ba kokoje license omo print backlog e wo nyina enti ko who are wa apply for license na won san kan no ko ba bia wo apply no kokoje are ready aban papa ba a 24-hour economy no and or say the policy I dey be 24-hour economy no ye koba ne parliament samba biemu a mo be hunu say afedie you qualify but policy drafting and everything is in progress as we speak. Are you ready we are ne parliament ba we will present it mo bia be hu into what you need to do as a Ghanaian. And they say, we a businessman, and now who are Juma, sit down. Policy no, and he find a beboami, and a more ben and a more ben be true, may qualify. Means to meet media nya ebi, na means to meet media trema jumam, no what take advantage. We are Ghana ni so now soon to me juma, now we pay juma ya, for any to her, a juma no, dear he no bet me say ye buy no in hours. What did they mention say? Into a bibia still quite. So betimi aye adwuma mienu a day na onso watimi de ahwe ofie na onso watimi de abo aho enti omampani John Dramani Mahama policy no ene ne na semo kan and this social contract na ya kan ho asem kan you see it was political philosophers like John Hawkes and JJ Rousseau and Thomas Hobbes omo it propounded that theory no ni nyina akire ne say me pese meye ade we amaw enti fa wo tumi no tumi ne wo ho because se wa amfa tumi na amame a mintimi meye o mampani enti fa bu tumi ne mame na me bebe ye o mampani a meye ABCD e di amaw enti according to omo the main social contract ne say to me in the more we are fabo e ho ban ne fa to yesikase into osese to aba according to Thomas Hobbes osese to aba se wo Yeboah want to be mpo or say what give you what we call tacit consent to the government into ka ho no man buy mpo want to aba ni bi no na se wo hwe ne nhyehyeye na ye no wani nye ho na se yenya koyi o mampani na onsusu se oye o mampani wo ka ho ne yi na ene etufi o man na otimu sa no o define sa no na se wo ka no
because to be want to be
woni wakoyi no woni wayi no enti se o fa se o mampani no wo no nsem fata so obedi wo so as o mampani a tufi o mani now yemra adia o mampani John Dramani Mahama aye na me se me nuan mo NDC for ya no kasa wan hwe yi a ye so otamfo benya wa na ye wa no kasa when me se me no kasa yi Ashanti region ye appointed ministers DCs when him say all the 16 regions except Ashanti region, but of course that is the biggest in terms of district and numbers, other things, and numbers. Ache. Meanwhile, Omampeni John Dramani Mahama is the first in history, not even under Rawlings in 1992. Wetimi appointed the DCs. I may expect a mention come. I may expect to say DC Ashanti region list in the crowd na ebe watching. Okay. You could do Friday the minimum say naba. Na ebin sida. So Omampeni biaba within the first 5 months were appointed ministers. Ebin sida. Here, my for even in 1992, ye transit by ye no set no near district secretary near from DS. Yeah. DS for no. Eche ansan ye DS a free what aba DC. After Honorable Ato Ahoy nom mo boss. Etimi did decentralization policy no started this decentralization in Ghana. Inti non ka ho. 1996 it was continuation. Inti reshuffle ne beba. The first one the appointment of these DCs no in 2000 Omampeni John Ajekum Kofuor kra de or appointed no in August September you no appointing year.
August, September,
yes. Not go so your appointment. What did the veteran say? Now, ye free ho na district and then root and net district you.
Yeah, Neswa.
Now, ye free ho by 2004 was continuation. Enti reshuffle ne bebam and okra reshuffle na amam kese at the tail end of omo etenwano and omo ye reshuffle. Now, Ufriho, about 2008, that was when President Atamils also took over. President Atamils couldn't appoint, or we did not appoint. It was a deliberate policy. We did not appoint DCs or MMDCs after Abosumi Insia.
6 months.
Don't forget, because he told the existing DCs or MDAs MMDAs no say omo executives no entena ho for 6 months. Enti an appointment in year ready no oyi we ya not the weaba oyi we ya not the weaba. What did they mention? 2012 was also continuation. So there was not a major appointment. The rest were reshuffle. Say we free her, no call her, and now we DC were contested were we Ababeye MP enti emfo before from question and non ka ho and ye ba afi 2016 which is 2017 Akufo-Addo by this time Abosumi num na fe ni Jombo Adunom as general secretary and nam regents vetting. This is a success story that we have as a party. For the first time in history, and that's the mere fact say Ashanti region the channel doesn't mean someone penny John Dramani Mahama check. Say, they compare Ebrea or they appointed the first district chief executives. Ewo baby to say Uti region, baby to say Volta region, and when they compare the two, no Kasa Ashanti region acha. I understand you, but okay acha in general and che yenche aban bia waba abam.
Akufo-Addo cross second term. It took him 9 months.
Me say, I am a second term.
Second term.
I am a second term. Me pesa meka. Because no mostly no a reshuffle.
Sanka no crown as a check.
But yem faresa.
Okay.
What did they mention?
Okay.
Say Koba say President Mahama Santna ho and NDC Santna ho in the next election. Whoever comes as a president will not be in a hurry to take off the DCs and bring another one.
Because they're the same family.
Yes. In fact, President Atamils Ediano should have been the best, and it should have been the best standard for good governance, because Sewija District Assembly network within that period now, nothing much can happen in that district. And yet the regional ministers for oversight, and if you are acting now, what you are supposed to do is clearly spelled in the law.
Okay.
And yet, you mean you bet me. And now, as substantive and so, the obet me is spelled out. Enti share Obi Tisa Shante Regional Minister, 43 district, municipal, and metropolitan. Now ya Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. Aka 42. How many? What the every day you attending to one district? How many districts can you attend to? And it tells you said so nipa no wa nusu oye na juma. It also helps, but we shouldn't be saying ache. Emane nkoye so mampani che ansa no appointed MMDCs Washington region. No. So they compare Utinum dia. I understand you. By and compare government. That of course, and also the dynamics in Ashanti region is not the same as voter region.
That's true.
To look at somebody who can hold the region, voter region, you can. I'm not saying you can appoint anybody. Obi or qualify be a bit me. But Ashanti region apart from so qualifying. Aje usanyi obi obet me a trans a chinchim nipa dwen se kan ho.
Sako veti akwari.
Sir, when it say one take care. What did they mention? Uko voter regional. Obia ebia omampani for so ye competent bia ode de be kono.
Yeah.
Assembly members no majority ye de beba. Ashanti region so de enipa ni timi sa akobos portna say ye hwa Sunday tando said na ho kekate a. Oba be ye DC ya obebo dwuma ma wan hwa MPP begu. Enti yen ye koye meeting say asani tando ba as this year ye beto abatia no
me twawa no ye se no efutu kwam na penyo ma ke ho ye se ya penyo akofa microphone bi ebegu o se omomo to aba ma
exactly enti how for you as a man penny no man president akuf sorry President Mahama President Pacho sorry why udin na me bo a me de kofa ho sorry kafra President Mahama, committee, now the national chairman no.
Yeah.
They were looking at competency and who can do the work.
Yeah.
Into a Mampeni John Dramani Mahama so is looking at who can do the work, yes, but Oboni Dinso are on saying your bad press.
Yeah.
Look at what started in Kumawu. The people they are talking about doesn't mean say or no. Onye papa o ana ontimi nya dwuma no and yesa abontinsu ni benya wa na frifie nipa at the same time no ni fie nipa before so chem ya omuhunu niamam enti so set up national security to fetch those people out enti obehunu no ne boache ebia meka so wo but ebia ne boache te ha a o control niam bi wo bampon munye say said ya be ya yamwa ndu ba soma sidi
yeah
munye say enti esa utimi nya bokyere emma security agency no etime fish out ehunu those people omo cause confusion no na odi ho antidote ko wo sa de a team esa to ho esa hwe de MPP for yes me boni dia ehum so obeya adwuma ne de by nkrofo na ye omo adwen so ombeto atia no ekwan be ne ye befa so a ye betimi ya reverse ni amomo ate ase say enipa ne meye adwuma mama ha ma obeya adwuma mamo enti so ya assembly member na so ote ha na o say obi a Mahama de beba no o fe so obeba beya adwuma ma party na gunti o ye yi a ebi wo hwa ye wo kwan a obetimi dia fa so ya ebema eniema abafo
eno de eta ho pa
yes enti
the offer constituencies no
and for say so ba kwadware na o che na o ma ya na o ye ne hu yi enti sa yache no mesre mo fanto a ehia me pa because the way our social media ye nkrofo ni bi kasa no ya homete. However, Omampeni John Dramani Mahama 120 days no and rock oyade bi code of conduct for government appointees. It was serious. When we say as we speak, some Supreme Court judges bimpo and declare on asset.
Oh, sound.
I'm telling you, met me a catcher last month, and a Supreme Court judge be appointed, no, a Kufuado appointed, no, it me declared asset away because of Phil say, Mammy, we are some the buyer, no, and no more who say, Yantna see ya. Yahombetre.
I see. A
by Papa ba. O Mampeni John Dramani Mahama anta or taxi or no other point is no ama omo ewe chire na hu say hey baby a near me kono eya yihu na wurimu asemode wo ho
Davi.
Omampani John Dramani Mahama me say papa ne ba so obebu Ghana oba so obebu Ghana da me ba ha na se me ka kire ene me ba no meet you Supreme Court ko asetena na ekoye say 3-2
yeah
why a vote 3 no
3 no Justice Bafoboni
yes
Kolende
yes
and Amadou Tanko yes
now find out imagine we need to one panel this justices
yeah
e mom kwatena so why
the acting CJ
who is
Bafoboni
okay so imagine George
the
suspended one and then panel here and so I told you it was cooked in the house mon famra me ye say enti kaya panel ya ma ruling say Omampani John Dramani Mahama uni ho kwan so ye ABCD yes Supreme Court akasa. And don't forget this one I'm telling you today ombeko for review.
Yeah.
Ruling here bani.
Ombeko for review.
Okay. Enti eno na me sre committee no 3-2 ane kaya for ani ewu. Almost speed up. Because abrewa January kan no abrewa bi ebewu ani hu. Odi agro obedomi wewu. What is your mention say? Into a more modern speedy up nemra because they are cooking. They are going back to Supreme Court. Omu hia judge fo bi amomo eniema bi ni ade. Yenka ho asem wa ha. Enti they will go back for review market. Enti mesre review nemra na yenya yi no na verdict na ba. Verdict ne ba said the pam no twa no enquantance rodo. Sempenifo no constitution ne say the committee ne beka no esese Omampani di adwuma only option it is a committee ne say yema ne nkotena ho a so okọ obi enka ho we committee ne so se yenyina di a yeyina di enti pam no twa no nkwanchan soro no ne chese asem de nasem kọ enti Omampani 120 days ne de ochena we de na mo se munya information no wono ankasa be so camera si ne so Ghana ni bia mempese be yi nanumu adoa baby a obeko bia bo modern asesa abre na obetena radio ho ni watie na wonso afa pen no nso amake no enye ya akraman na ebe ma ne 6 ene hwan ne C na minim se ono ko school ahi o se kwan be no fa so o mark o se percentage no nya san a ne ma obi no nya san a ne ma onimu a mesrew ompe wayek for marking scheme ni bi ya akrama we dey me no me yonko no so mesrew pay wayek marking scheme so nya marking scheme na ombe kire o say from 0 to say ma mark say from say to say ma mark say ne fa no ewie no ansa na wabetena radio so ana TV so abema mark na nya sa o ma mark di tia yenso yebetime because we ni yare enye yefun yare
but I say so like for Adarma almost so yasene so like say and